Good morning, TD Poet, back with another book shout out for you. Today's book is called Best Friends Forever. It's by Irene S. Levine, Surviving a Breakup with Your Best Friend. This book came out in 2009 and it was a little bit dated. I will get into that in the review. But first, I just want to start by saying you can find me at www.CycADA.squarespace.com. We are a transformational website using mythical approaches to real-life situations. So go check us out. We got a lot of free content on there and events coming up and groups. So there's something for everybody, and a lot of it is free to the community. So we hope to see you there. So this book covers many of the strange and confusing reasons that can cause the end of a friendship. Men, jobs, children, socioeconomic reasons, moving away. And it often leaves us feeling devastated and asking some truly difficult questions of ourselves. Was someone to blame? Is the friendship worth fighting for? And how can I prevent this from happening again? So it's a very sordid subject, but I think it's appropriate because relationships are part of our basic landscape for health. So you might be an introvert or prefer a solitary lifestyle, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you certainly need friends. I don't care who you are. Relationships are a cornerstone of our lives and our health. So that's why I wanted to tackle this subject. And friendships and losing friendships is something that's kind of close to my soul because I do deal with mental illness myself, and I have lost quite a few friends and close relationships because of not being able to be present in those relationships. And it can be really devastating. So, even more upsetting is that women suffering from friendship loss often have no one to confide in, because while losing a romantic partnership is a little bit more, it's easier to talk about with your friends. It kind of involves some sympathy. We've all been there. It's a universal, heartbreak is a universal thing. But the difference between romantic relationships and your friendships is that when you break up with a friend and you want to talk to another friend about it, it can often make them feel uncomfortable or even jealous. So it's a little strange to kind of, get into that, especially if you're talking to a friend of that friend. So Best Friends Forever tackles the complexity of female friendships, including why friendships fall apart, how to get over getting dumped, spotting toxic friendships, how to end an unfixable friendship, moving forward with new friends, and how to be a better friend or a keeper, as the author puts it. Some caveats to this book. It does only focus on female friendships. This book applies to women only. And it's a little dated. Like I said, it kind of started to irritate me a little bit, but it's just my own little thing. It probably won't bother you at all, but the author repeatedly mentions MySpace, which really just makes it feel really old. But you know what? The points that she's making apply to Twitter and TikTok and all of the newer platforms that are being used, 10 years plus. There were also some inconsistencies in the book and some things that I disagreed with. So I thought that the author sort of injected her opinion rather than research-based facts. So on page 236, she writes, as you age, making friends becomes more difficult. It is extremely important to nurture relationships along the way. I don't think that age has anything to do with your ability to make friends. I have made friends with people 20 and 30 years older than me as quickly as I've made friends with my own peers. So in fact, what's weird to me about that statement was, and please comment down below if you disagree, but wouldn't it be easier as you get older and you know yourself and you know where you've been and you know what you want to put up with and you know what you don't want to put up with and you know hopefully what works and what doesn't work in relationships. Wouldn't that make it easier to find and foster better friendships? So it's not a perfect book, but it will offer a sense of comfort and compassion if you are dealing with a breakup, even if it's from 20 years ago. Totally candidly, I lost a really important person in my life, maybe almost 15 years ago, and I'm still dealing with it. I'm still grieving that loss, so it's okay. But books like this it's a way for you to sort of go in, ask yourself important questions, reflect, and move on, and hopefully be prepared, kinder, and more ready for the better kinds of relationships in the future. So I gave this book 4 stars. We will be talking about this book on sorry folks, I gotta check my calendar. April 3rd at 10:30 in the morning. You can find the link and the registration at www.CycADA.squarespace.com/turn the page. So connect with me on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. CycADA is also on Instagram and Facebook. And I hope to hear from you really soon. And I hope that you come to the book discussion, the book study. So thanks, guys, for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye.